Actually, what I'll do is I'll just play her video, and then we'll see if we can sort out this connection problem.
Is indirectly responsible for the murder of our Boers.
Shoot to kill, kill shoot to kill, you must kiss the poor, the farmer, kiss the poor, the farmer, brr, pa, pa, brr, pa, pa.
We don't know what peace looks like. They've been living peacefully.
When you look at the white crosses, I don't think so.
They've been swimming in a pool of privilege.
How do you get privilege? You work for it. And you work hard for those privileges.
They've been enjoying themselves because they always owned our land.
It's our land. We worked hard for the land and we paid for the land.
We, the rightful owners, our peace was disturbed by white man's arrival here.
We, the poor people of South Africa, we did not arrive. We were born here. It's our land.
Afrikaner boys, the poppers are dance. The EFF is coming for you, boys.
Malema, our white boys, we are waiting for you.
When we take over power, Afrikaner males, you will know your place.
You see, Malema, we are already at home. And that when you are coming for our white boys, we will be ready.
Just pray. Pray to ancestors. Pray to my land. Pray to their food. Pray and ask them for EFF not to come into power.
So you need to pray to your ancestors because we are praying to our almighty living God.
You must know your place. You are visitors here. And the long stay of visitors depends on their conduct.
The Afrikaner is no visitor. I've been born here, and so are the Boers. We've been living here. This is our land.
We're not scared of anything that includes the reclaiming of this land. And I will never fight for them because they don't want anything. They've got everything. Why do you fight for people who don't want anything?
You are wrong. Afrikaners do want something. We want peace, prosperity, safety, privilege, and freedom. But unlike you, we won't demand. We will create it.
They found peaceful Africans here. They killed them. They slaughtered them like animals.
Peaceful Africans. Just go online and search for African xenophobia and see if Africans have
Valerie,
ever
can you hear
been
me?
peaceful.
We are not calling for the slaughtering of white people, at least for now.
Then why sing? Kill the Boer, kill the farmer.
What we are calling for is for peaceful occupation of the land.
We don't beg white We don't care about their feelings that made us suffer for a very long time. Yes! It's our turn now. They must be happy. We are not beating them up. They must be happy. We are not calling for genocide. And we are hating them the most. We are now getting land in our lifetime. Majority of Indians hate Africans. Majority of Indians are racist. And we must never be scared to say that. The same thing applies to some of the colored brothers. They see themselves as more white than being black. Now I heard that these whites are coming to march again. They will announce a new date. I'm thinking National Chair, we must organize a counter march and meet them halfway. Let us teach them who owns South Africa.
It's our land. Our peace was disturbed by the fact that you, Malema, is indirectly responsible for the murder of our bush.
We cannot be harassed in our own country during apartheid and be harassed in our own country during a democratic dispensation by a nonsense Afrikaner community.
When we meet, the EFF will know their place.
There's a group of white right-wingers who are being trained by Jews in Pretoria to be snipers.
As we're coming this way since 1994, there was an impression created, Chairperson, that the ANC will never be removed. That South Africa's future has been predetermined. The ANC will rule until Jesus comes back. In their dreams, they said the ANC will go when Jesus comes. Jesus has arrived 5 years ago. That Jesus is the EFF. That's what they've been waiting.
Hi guys, you can probably see I've got a little issue with my computer. I hope you can hear me now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to reboot my computer because for some reason I can't get rid of this box you can see here. It's just not clicking and going away, and I can't even send a text message. So I'll be back in about 2 or 3 minutes, and we'll have that conversation with Valerie separately. All right, guys, I'm sorry about this. I won't be long. I'll just see if I can. Let's just see if I can get her on now. My computer's completely crashed. Can someone let Valerie know if you have her phone number that I'll be back shortly? And I'll try and Skype her then. Okay. Hi Valerie, can you hear me now?
Hi, how are you?
Good. I think we saved the situation. Oh, can you hear me, Valerie?
Hi, Scott. Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, thank God for that. Okay, well, maybe me calling you was the solution. Now, I can hear you perfectly, so, you know, if you, for some reason, you can't hear me, have a look at what I say in the side chat.
There we go.
Alrighty, I think we're back, guys. I think we're back. Now, Valerie doesn't have a video, so we'll just look at her screen. And Valerie, just to start off, tell me a bit about your background, your personal background.
Well, Scott, I was born in South Africa,
Right.
and I'm actually a Boer.
Mm-hmm.
I am a mother of 4.
Right.
I've got my husband and I've got my kids, and I'm a politician, I'm a mom, and I'm a businesswoman.
Right. So you wear a lot of hats then.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And what got you involved in politics? I know you're basically one of the key people in the Limpopo region for the National Conservative Party. Tell me a bit about that.
Well, you see, Scott, in 2009, or actually way before 2009, I myself was a victim to a couple of attacks. My first attack happened when I was pregnant with my first child.
Right.
We were actually attacked by a thug with a panga, and
Wow.
it was just amazingly to actually to survive, and then
Yeah.
to be able to speak out about the experience after that attack. And then in 2005, my husband, he got shot in front of me and my children.
Oh, no.
Then they were still very small. They shot 5 shots at my husband, of whom 2 ricochet bullets hit my husband, 1 in the leg and 1 in the face. And if I can recall that night, my husband was going outside just to make sure that we were safe.
Yeah.
And they were waiting for him on the outside. And when I heard the shots at that time, I've been with my children in the house. I ran outside and I screamed to God, Lord, they are shooting at my husband. Please help.
Wow.
And it's amazingly to see that, you know, actually God did help, because,
Yeah.
you know, the place where he was hit in the face was, if it was a little bit higher, then my husband would have certainly have not been with us today.
Wow.
We went through a very difficult time after that attack.
Yeah.
And then in 2009, my brother, my only brother, got murdered
Oh, no.
in South Africa, leaving behind his 2-year-old daughter
Yeah.
and his unborn son. My brother was killed in the month of September in 2009.
Right.
And his son was only born 3 months on the 20th of December,
Right.
2009. After my brother's death, I found it very difficult to relate, because you see, if it was seen in the other way, maybe if he would have died of natural causes, I still would have had a chance to say to him one more time,
Right.
Pretty, I love you and goodbye. And I did not have that moment. I did not have that opportunity to only once more to tell him how much we love him and what he means to us.
Right.
He was taken away from us very unexpectedly, and it came to me as a big shock. Over the years, I tried to understand why. I had a lot of questions. The case went totally dry because they never got him. Still up until today, they never got him.
Yeah.
It's like if the case just disappeared from the map and people is seeing him only to be another statistic, which he is clearly not.
Yeah.
So I decided to adopt his little 2 children and to bring them up as my own. And I made a promise to those 2 little ones that I will be the voice. I will be their voice. And I will tell everybody what happened. And everybody will know him by his name. And they will know that he died a hero. When you look at the white crosses, you will see my brother, he has his own cross there. Every year, I will take his daughter to the crosses, especially in this year, she had a tribute to her father. Well, she's got over 1,000 views by now, but she did a special tribute to her father because he was and always will be her hero. After my brother's murder, me and my own son, 2 years ago, we've been in our third attack, right in front of my house. My son was at the age 16.
Wow.
And we were attacked by 5 terrorists wearing black balaclavas.
Right.
They came up to my vehicle as I was reversing out of my driveway. Mm-hmm. And I still recall screaming to my son, Casey. And I remember my son running around to the car to my side to come and to protect me.
Right.
From there, I can still recall the terrorist trying to force my door open.
Wow.
And then I saw my son.
Yeah.
And my son punched the one terrorist to get away from his mom. And as he was punching the terrorist was pulling out his 9mm.
Wow.
And when he pulled out his 9mm, he was shooting at my son at short distance in front of me. And I can still hear my own screams.
Yeah, I bet.
Screaming to them, please, don't shoot.
Yeah.
Don't shoot. And screaming to my son, Casey. And I remember looking down, and I remember not looking them in the face to them. Just take the money. God help me. Just take the money. So they took the money from me, and they ran away. I am grateful that me and both my son, we had the chance to live another day, to tell to the world what we experienced.
Survived.
And to tell them that we actually survived these attacks.
Yeah.
And that whatever we can do, we will be the voice for the ones that was not lucky like us, who can speak for themselves.
Yeah. So tell me about the Black Monday.
So yeah, that is me.
Okay. Tell me about Black Monday. And
Pardon?
The Black Monday movement that you run.
Great stuff. The first Black Monday movement was encouraged by a farmer's friend in Cape Town. It was actually unplanned, and even myself, I partake, and I did fully stand behind them at that stage. And as the months went past, everything just went dead. You never heard anything from Black Monday again. So I took the initiative and I gave life to Black Monday. Black Monday, it is a folk identity. It is the people of that it belongs to the people of South Africa. So we had our second Black Monday on the 30th of May 2018.
Right.
And we vowed that every third month there will be an action lodged by the Black Monday movement South Africa, so that we can bring attention to what really is going on in South Africa, to make government listen to our outcries from the Boer, and that genocide, white genocide, must get first priority, and it must be acknowledged. It must be acknowledged by government that there actually is a problem in South Africa. And as long as they are denying the problem, it's not going to be solved.
Yeah.
And they are doing everything from their side to
Silence.
to silence us about this, especially to our people overseas. They do not want the world to know what exactly is going on in South Africa. One of the main issues is racism.
Yeah.
Racism,
Right.
which gets incited by political leaders like the ANC, the Black Land First movement, as you have seen recently in the news,
He's a nasty bit of word.
Calling for a genocide
Yeah.
of the white people of South Africa,
Yeah, it's
and
shocking.
then not to forget Mr. Julius Malema himself for going on stages and singing actually kill the boer, kill the farmer.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's shocking. Absolutely shocking.
It is very shocking to us,
Yeah.
and we refuse totally to accept people in leadership uttering those words
Yeah.
and then calling for a genocide on all white people of South Africa. They need to be stopped.
Absolutely.
The world needs to take note
Yeah.
of these terrorists, because things can no longer continue the way they are. In fact, things has escalated until such an extent that I will very much go as far to say that we don't have any more time. Time is up, especially the words that was spoken by the Black Land First leader recently, calling for a genocide of the white people of South Africa. Farm murders is real.
Yeah.
The world must know, and they have to acknowledge that farm murders actually, it does exist.
Yeah.
What we say to the world, what would you do
Yeah.
if one of your members was brutally attacked by these terrorists?
Yeah.
What would you do? Or what will you say to your children if this will happen to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Now the Black Monday, the next march is on the 28th of January, 2019, is it?
That is correct, yes.
Okay.
And we've got quite some huge, how can I say it in Afrikaans? We will have a huge crowd. One of the Black Mondays movement wishes is to bring folk in unity.
Right.
Despite their political.
I think we've just lost her connection. Oh, here we go. She's reconnecting. Yeah, I'm sorry about this, guys. It's a very poor connection, but the message is that
a movement one. They need to say.
You're back. We lost you for a moment there. Hello? Oh, we got a very poor connection here, guys. I'm sorry about this, but the message is that Black Monday, the 28th of January.
Unity. On the 28th of January.
Yeah.
What we got planned for them is we will have a gathering again at the US Embassy, as well as the Australian Embassy, where we will leave together in a convoy to the IEC's office. Once at the IEC's office, we will give them a list of demands, and the Black Monday movement will not move if we do not have an answer on that special day. And we would like all media, national and international, to be available on the 28th of January 2019, National Black Monday.
Now, how do we get the media to participate? Because they just ignore anything that is trying to support the white people or minority groups? Because you are minority groups, not just the white people.
Well, what I'm going to do from my side, like I did now with the last Black Monday movement on the 30th of October, the 29th of October, is I will personally give an invitation to them all.
Yeah. And just on that point, will you be doing a video? Oh, we got a poor connection.
Of the event taking place. So if they would like to know what is going to happen on the 28th of January.
Yeah. Okay. And so every 3 months you have a march, and it has a theme, basically, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a rise, the rise of a nation.
Yeah. Could you say that again?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. The theme for the 28th of January 2019 will be Rise of a Nation.
Right. Okay. Now, can I put your email address below this video?
You're more than welcome.
So the people can just contact you direct.
You're more than welcome. Please let this go viral.
Yeah.
Let the world take note of what really is going on in South Africa.
Absolutely. I'll get it out on the main. I'll get out on the main channel so that everybody can hear.
My question to the world is, when is enough really enough?
Yeah.
How many people must die before the people will stand together?
Just on that point, the NCP has got a military wing, hasn't it? Do you want to tell us a bit about that? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Okay, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. The NCP, I believe, has a military wing. Can you tell me a bit about that? I'll try this again. The NCP.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me? Sorry, guys, they're having...
Okay, I can hear you now.
Oh, cool. Look, the NCP has a military wing, I believe. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, we do. I'm very excited because for once, we, our people...
Yeah.
Against crime in our land and to make South Africa safe again, not only for us.
Sorry guys, we've got this very poor connection. Okay, I'm back. Are you back?
Yeah, it will be called the Commando of South Africa.
Yeah. So what is it called again?
It will be called the Commandos of South Africa,
right.
Which means the old commandos. We are calling all old commandos from South Africa to come and to
We're losing the signal again.
And
okay, could you repeat what you said there?
We are calling for all old South African commandos to come and to report,
right.
To give their services for their people in line with all safety and security regulations of the South African law.
Okay, and how can people actually communicate with the NCP military wing, or the commandos?
Anyone that wishes to join the Commandos of South Africa are more than welcome to email me at valeriebaileyveld@gmail.com.
I'll put that email down below the actual the video. Probably the
Thank
best
you
way to
very
work.
much.
You're very welcome. Now tell
Thank you very much.
Tell me a bit about what's happening with Freedom First and the ANC in 1994 with this land situation.
Great stuff. Right. In
I'm sorry, we've lost our connection again. It's going in and coming out. This is very important. Oh, you're back.
Between both the parties that it would take South Africa approximately 25 years for
Sorry, Valerie, could you start that again? Because we lost the first half of what you said. Got this poor connection.
It exactly gives you 2018.
Valerie,
my personal point is yes.
Could you just say that again, because we lost the connection?
Right. In 1994, when the pact was signed with the ANC by the Freedom Front Plus, they gave 25 years for the amendment of Section 25. So in other words, it would have taken the ANC 25 years to actually put their plans for the amendment of Section 25 in place.
Wow. Connections.
1994 up until 2018.
Right.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Exactly did you leave off?
Well, you put about it being 28 years.
Yeah, it's 25 years.
25 years.
2018. Yeah. Yes. 2018 gives you exactly 25 years. So if you look, when did the amendment of Section 25 came to light the first time? January 2018. By mentioning that they would like to amend Section 25 of the Act, my personal point of view is the people who signed the pact, they knew that, well, actually time is up for 25 years.
Right.
It was not mentioned to the people of South Africa.
Right.
So much of the people did not know about the pact that was signed in 1994. And my personal opinion is by signing that pact in 1994 and keeping silence about the fact that we should have had self-determination then, but it's been kept silent for 25 years and nothing was done about it. We should ask ourselves the question, the leaders that there is currently there, do they act to the best interest of the people, or do they act in the best interest of themselves? Look, Scott, I am not here to make any argument on who is the correct party and who is the wrong party, but
Sure.
From my personal point of view, party leaders, especially political leaders, must know that honesty must be on the top of their list, and that honesty, they must tell the people exactly what is going on. You must excuse me, I'm Afrikaans, so I'm choosing my words very wisely here over now.
Okay,
otherwise
not a problem.
I can, yeah. But nevertheless, you cannot go and sit in Parliament for 25 years, know these facts, and say, fight for your freedom, fight for this, fight for that. You signed it away in 1994,
They were parties.
and you kept silence about this for 25 years,
Wow.
not saying a word to the people about this. You see, Scott, the people doesn't really know what's going on. I emailed you those images.
I saw them,
I believe you've got the copy of the pact that was signed between the ANC government and the ANC, when we speak about self-determination, we say that we want independence. We want our own state where we can govern over ourselves.
Yeah.
You understand?
Absolutely.
Right. That is self-determination.
Yeah.
Recently in the news, some parties, they acknowledged the pact. They did acknowledge it.
Yeah.
But they did not even have the decency to explain and to say, sorry for not mentioning that 25 years ago. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Now they focus on internal self-determination. You must excuse my Afrikaans. There's a difference. When you look at internal self-determination, like they recently mentioned, they want a 10th province. By having a 10th province, it's going to take years of planning, and you're not going to convince the government anytime soon just to simply hand you a 10th province. It's not going to work that way. And even when you still get your 10th province after 25 years, maybe more years, you will still be falling underneath all laws of South Africa. It will not give you independence. You will still be depending on all the laws of South Africa.
Yeah.
There is a difference between the two. By having your own province is not giving you actually your own state. You will still fall under any and all laws of South Africa. Yes, so if you can see what I mean there, to have internal self-determination is, yes, you can govern yourself in your own province, etc., but you will still have to make use of all services from South Africa. You will still fall under all laws of South Africa. That does not give you a state of your own where you can have actually independence. And I think that political leaders must be very clear on this point, especially to the people of South Africa. It's time, political leaders, to put the cards on the table and stop misleading the people of South Africa. They need to know it's not about them.
Yeah.
It's about the people.
Absolutely. Okay.
And
sorry, carry on.
And the NCP, we are already busy with the self-determination process for more than 3 years.
Right.
We've got basically everything already in place. There's a lot of people working on this. We already have put in our chart on the table where we actually would like to have our own state.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see the Cape seceding?
Well, yes, I did.
Yeah. Does it make sense?
No, it does not make sense, because nowhere it's been recognized in South Africa, because there weren't any legal procedures followed.
No, what I mean, Valerie, is do the NCP seen like the Cape seceding from the rest of South Africa? Not that guy who did it.
The Cape, what is in the Cape for us except for sand and bushes?
Yeah.
What is there actually for our people? Do you really think the farmers will pack up everything and go to the Cape Town where there's actually nothing growing there? I don't think so.
So what is the option?
Well, there's only one alternative, and that is the NCP.
Yeah, okay, and that's, but I mean, you're looking at still an area of South Africa that would be a new state, is that right?
NCP has already, how can I say, we do have our chart on the table. Our state area will run from Cape Town right through the whole of South Africa, all the provinces, and it will stop in the middle of the Limpopo region.
Now, in side chat, I've got Unleash Your Voice, who's given a website address, and it's nkpsa.ga/contact, all lowercase. I take it that's the NKP website.
Yes, that is the NKP website.
Okay,
anybody that wishes to have more information on this
they can go
and
there.
the processes that we already have completed to gain self-determination for our people,
Right.
can please go to that website address and I will get all the necessary information from that website.
Yeah. Now, obviously, one of the biggest challenges you have is the mainstream media, who just don't cover organizations like yours, because they just see them as extreme right wing, which is crazy.
Yes, they do.
Now,
It's crazy.
you know, I look at what happened with that coffin case, where the black fellow was put in the coffin by two white guys to try and intimidate him after he was caught stealing on their farm. And that became
Yes.
huge news all over the world. And yet the stuff that's going on the farms is not touched by those same media organizations. It's just absolutely shocking.
It is shocking. Of course they will deny it.
Yeah.
The liberal media will deny it. Why? Because they don't want the world to take note of what really is going on in South Africa.
Exactly. Well, look, it's been lovely talking to you, Valerie, and I'm sure we'll be talking again in the future. So the key things we're talking about here is that people should look at the NKP or the National Conservative Party as a serious option if they're looking at something like Freedom, the Freedom Plus Party. And really, it's this land issue that is so critical, isn't it?
It's critical because you know what, Scott? That is our international right.
Yeah.
It is our international right to independence and to govern over ourselves. We want a state of our own. We do not want a 10th province.
Yeah.
I say no to that. I will not sell my soul to the devil. There's no way. I call for people in South Africa and overseas to unite and to let the people talk for themselves.
Yeah.
Be the voice and let's stand together in unity. You need to convince yourself. It's not me that have to convince you. You need to convince yourself.
Yeah.
The NKP, the NCP is the only alternative.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's really interesting. I think the information you put forward is something that everybody needs to consider, with Freedom First and this private treaty that they've signed.
You know, I've written an article about that. It's also available on my Facebook page.
Okay.
I will send it to you as well. You can go through that, and if you would like to have another discussion on that, we can make plan to have a second interview on this issue. I would very much like to extend my interview with you on this issue.
Yeah.
On the pact that was signed in 1994. And I think that the people should know the truth, especially our brothers and our sisters international.
Yeah.
They have to know the truth of exactly what happened since 1994 and 25 years on to the future.
Right. I totally agree. Yeah.
Honesty pays.
Yeah. Wow. You know, it's great that South Africa has someone like you who's doing so much to try and, you know, get the truth out there. And if I can help in any way for this Black Monday on the 28th of January, 2019, I will. What I'll do is I'll put up our discussion on my main channel, and with all the links so that people can actually, because I've got a lot of subscribers now, so that people can be informed as to what's going on.
Thank you, Scott, from the bottom of my heart. And I would very much like to repeat myself for all the old commandos out there listening to me. Please, we need you to get together.
Yeah.
Please stay in contact with the Black Monday movement and the NCP.
Now
And let the Commandos unite.
Yeah, now that contact address that you gave, I'll just throw it into the side chat again, so it's in there regularly. That contact website, does that include one for the Commandos, so they can go there and if they want to contact the Commandos, there's a particular email for that?
They can email me first, and then I will give them the correct details. As safety is a huge concern for me at this moment, and privacy is of great value to me.
I can understand that, yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming on. I think we've got the...
Thank you.
I think we got the message out about the NCP and about Black Monday, and I would love to chat to you again in the future, probably in 2019. And
you're more than welcome. I'm looking forward to that, Scott.
Okay.
Thank you so very much for having me on your show,
you're
and
very
thank
welcome.
you for all your time and for your efforts and the hard work that you guys actually is doing for our people in South Africa to make our voices heard.
Okay, fantastic. And I really appreciate all the good stuff that you're doing. I mean, you're a real soldier. You know, you're doing some great stuff. And
for my people.
Yeah, and I
not
hear
for myself, but for my people.
I hear so many good things about you from a lot of people who follow my channel. So keep up the great work.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that.
And they're all saying salute to Valerie, you know.
Salute to everybody. Thank you, guys, for listening.
Okay.
Thank you for standing not behind me, but next to me.
You're very welcome.
See you there.
Okay, take care.
Thank you, Scott.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.